Today's lesson is convert within the metric system. Okay? Last class we did within the customary system. Now we're doing this in the metric system. Now we're going to fill these in just a minute. Okay? This is a chart that you just got. Okay, so here we have kilometers, kilo, hecto, deca, the unit, the deci, the centi, and the milli. Now, on this chart, when we're looking at these, okay, we've got larger units to the left. Okay, so in this direction, we've got larger units. Those are the greater ones. See, greater. And to the right, we have the smaller ones. So this is less than 1 unit. So larger over here and smaller over here. Is everybody clear? Yep. Okay. Now, this one down here, and you guys, there's a little sentence down here to help you remember the order. Have you guys seen that before? Yeah. So here it says, King Henry died by drinking chocolate milk. The B, that's the unit. This is the base unit, okay? This is the base unit. And that base unit is liters. That would be liters, meters, grams, and that's it. So for the abbreviations of each of these prefixes, you know those are prefixes, those go in front. Let's say we have grams, okay? If we had grams, we would have, for kilograms, that would be kg, kilograms. Is everybody clear? Hectograms is hg, hg. Deca is DA, okay? So this would be DA, deca, grams. Is everybody clear? Then you have your grams here. That's the base unit. And then decigram would be DG, right? DG. And then centigram would be, yeah, CG. And then milligram would be MG. Is everybody clear? If we were talking about liters, then that G would just change to that capital L. Okay? If I had meters, then that G would just change to M. So here it says we can use the methods that we learned last class to convert in the metric system, or you can multiply or divide by multiples of 10. Okay? If we are converting from, say, centimeters to kilometers, or decameters to millimeters, okay? We can multiply by a multiple of 10. Now, if I'm multiplying times a multiple of 10, what are we doing? So, we are moving the decimal. If we're multiplying times a multiple of 10, which way are we moving? To the right. If I'm dividing by a multiple of 10, we're moving to the left. Okay? So let's just get down a couple of examples to remind ourselves. So here, if I, for example, had 15 times 10, that's going to give me 150, right? So if I'm looking at this and I got that 15, that's what I'm starting with, multiplied by 10, my decimal is at the end of the whole number, right? I'm just going to move my decimal to the right once, and that's what's going to get me to 150. Is everybody clear with that? So if I were multiplying times 100, how many times would I move my decimal?
2 times.
2 times. If I multiply times 1,000, I'm going to move my decimal 3 times. And so on. Is everybody clear?
Yep.
So if I'm dividing, and we're moving to the right if we multiply, right? Correct? And if I divide, we're moving to the left. Very good. So let's say, we're just going to write another example. So let's say we got 1,500, and we want to divide by 10, right? So here, we've got 1,500. My decimal is at the end of the whole number, and if I'm dividing by 10, how many times am I moving my decimal? We're just going to move it once to the left, right? And that's going to give us 150. So what we're going to be doing today is we're going to multiply or divide by multiples of 10 to convert within this metric system, okay? So let's go back up to what you wrote down before class. Let's fill this in, okay? So if we are converting, convert, so we want to convert a smaller unit to a larger unit. So if I want to go from smaller to larger, what operation am I going to do? Am I going to multiply or divide? If I'm going from smaller to larger, we're going to divide. Very good. We're going to divide by a multiple of 10 by moving the decimal point to the left. Very good. And to convert, of course, a larger unit to a smaller unit, what operation are we going to do? Right. We're going to multiply by moving the decimal point to the right. Very good. To the right. So example 1 is converting larger units to smaller units. So if we're going from a larger unit to a smaller unit, am I going to multiply or divide? Larger to smaller. We're going to multiply. Very good. We're going to multiply. And when we multiply times a multiple of 10, do I move my decimal to the right or to the left? Right. We're going to move right when we multiply. Okay? All right. So here we want to convert. It says here a bottle of lemonade contains 4 liters. What is the capacity of the bottle in milliliters? Okay? So we're converting from what to what? Liters to milliliters. Very good. Okay? So we're going from liters to milliliters. So we'll just write that down just as a reminder. Okay? So we have 4 liters. That liters is a capital L. Is equal to, and we're converting to milliliters. So the way we write milliliters is little m, large L. Okay, that's milliliters. Okay, so we want to convert from 4 liters. That's our base unit. So that 4 is going to go right here. And we want to get to the milliliters. Okay? So if I have 4, there, where's the decimal? Where's the decimal in that number? In 4? It's at the end. Yeah, it's at the end. So now we want to multiply because we're going to go from here, from the liters, 4 liters, and we want to go to milliliters. Right? So how many times am I going to move my decimal? 1, 2, 3. So moving the decimal 3 times to the right, what does that mean we're doing? Multiplying times, not times 3, not times 1,000. Right, we're multiplying times 1,000. So we're multiplying 4 times 1,000, so we're moving the decimal 3 places to the right. And here, we're going to put in the zeros. So, 4 liters is equal to 4,000 milliliters. All right, so I want you to take 2 minutes to work on this example B with your table partner. It says Javier needs to fill up his new beta aquarium with 9 liters of water. How many deciliters of water does he need? So, take 2 minutes to work on that with your table partners. So what are we converting from what to what? So we're converting from liters to deciliters. Very good. So, again, you guys, your base unit right here is meters, liters, or grams, right? So we've got 9 liters right here. So this is going to be 9 liters, okay? We are changing from 9 liters. I just write it down just so I can have some place to write my final answer. Deciliters. Now, how many times do I have to move my decimal to get to deciliters? Once, to the right. And moving to the right means that we are doing what? Multiplying by what? 10. Times 10. So 9 times 10, of course, is 90. So there we're moving our decimal. We're multiplying by 10. That gives me 90. Is everybody clear? So, to convert, and you don't have to write this down again, to convert a larger unit to a smaller unit, you multiply by a power of 10 by moving the decimal point to the right. Example 2. Example 2 is converting smaller units to larger units. Okay? So here, we're going from smaller to larger. So if I'm going from smaller to larger, am I multiplying or dividing? Divide. Very good. We're going to divide. And if I'm dividing, that means which way am I moving the decimal? To the left. We're moving to the left. If we divide, we move decimal to the left. Okay? All right. So here we want to convert 700,000 milligrams to grams. Okay? So we've got, I'm going to go ahead and write the 700,000, and this is milligrams. Okay? And we want to change that 700,000 milligrams, and we're converting that to grams. Okay? So, where's milligrams? King Henry died by drinking chocolate, milligrams, right? Now, so here we are right over here. And what do I want to get to? I want to get to grams, which is the base unit, right? Which is right here. So how many times do I have to move my decimal? 3. 1, 2, 3. So right now the decimal is at the end. So we're going to move that decimal 1, 2, 3 units to the left. And since these are all zeros behind the decimal, can't I just cross them out? Yeah. So 700,000 milligrams is equal to 700 grams. Is everybody clear? And one more thing, I just want to remind you, if we moved the decimal 3 units to the left, what did we actually do? Divide by what? 1,000. Very good. We divided by 1,000. Is everybody clear with that? Yeah. So take about 2 minutes. You probably won't need 2 minutes to do this one. We're going to convert 4,200 grams to kilograms. So we are converting 4,200 grams to kilograms. So I just rewrote that. Okay? So grams is the base unit, which is right here, right? And what do I want to get to? Kilograms. Kilograms, right over here. So, how many times do I have to move my decimal?
3.
So I'm going from grams, be careful, we're going from grams, we're going in this direction. 1, 2, 3. Okay? So, where's my decimal? Oh, and by the way, what does moving the decimal 3 places to the left mean? We're dividing by 1,000. Very good. So, where's the decimal in 4,200? It's at the end. Very good. It's at the end. So, we're going to move that decimal 3 places. 1, 2, 3. Okay? And, can I cross out everything there?
No.
No. Oh, I gotta leave the 2, but can I cross out the 2 zeros?
Yes.
Yes. So, what is 4,200 grams in kilograms?
4.2 kilograms.
4.2 kilograms. Is everybody clear?
Yes.
All right. So, to convert a smaller unit to a larger unit, you divide by a power of 10 by moving the decimal point to the left. Is everybody clear?
Yes.
All right. I want to give you one more example. So this is our extra example. So we have 2.6 hectometers, and we want to convert to centimeters. So 2.6. I'm going to write it down here. 2.6. 2.6 hectometers. Where's hectometers? That's the Henry, right? King Henry. And where do we want to get to? Centimeters. Over here, right? So how many times are we moving our decimal?
4.
1, 2, 3, 4. Is everybody clear with that?
Yes.
So down here we're moving 1, 2, 3, 4. What do I do with those?
I don't place value.
You add your zeros. Very good. So 2.6 hectometers is equal to?
26,000 centimeters.
Very good. Is everybody clear how to use the chart?
Yes.
Okay. So when you're